Hello, and welcome back to Lesson 2 of Module 7, where we are going to discover ways to develop an appropriate network strategy for your enterprise. It is based on a sound understanding of the purpose of your networking activities and the methods you'd like to apply. This will help you gather individuals and organizations around a common cause or objective. It ultimately brings you closer to building a network that is characterized by a high degree of goal alignment and shared values. Your tribe, if you will. As a reminder, at any stage, feel free to pause the video to take notes, rewind to hear information again, or stop the video to complete a learning activity. Let's begin. In this lesson, we will cover 3 topics, each of which have been designed to support your networking journey as you start out on the path to being a social entrepreneur. We will start off with an approach to characterizing basic personality types, allowing you to reflect upon which of them you identify with the most, whether or not they are represented in your startup team, and how it's important to address them differently when we communicate. Throughout this lesson, we will explore what you want to achieve with your networking efforts, meaning your goals and objectives, where to network, online and offline, who to reach out to, and how to reach your goals in a tactical way through a networking plan. So let's dive right into the first topic, personality analysis and business goals. We are literally diving into the work done by a professional coach, which draws on the metaphor of sea creatures representing different personalities. The whale, the dolphin, the shark, and the octopus. In the original source, they were called urchins, but we didn't like the thought of spikes connected to that type of personality. So why is this relevant to you? Understanding personality types and their traits is important because it helps you understand what motivates someone's actions and allows you to respond accordingly. As an entrepreneur, you will have to connect with many different personalities, and even a very broad distinction between them will help you to improve your communications and relations with others. Of course, since we're metaphorically at sea here, this is a fluid concept, and you will find traits from different personality types in the same person. However, it is crucial to develop a feeling for sending out the right mix of signals according to your target audience, and to give them a chance to relate to what you're saying. Therefore, try to touch on the motivators of all 4 personality types to catch their attention and consider their strengths and weaknesses when working on your messaging. To give you an example, let's quickly introduce the 4 types used here. Think of the whale as a reliable, calm, honest, and supportive person, typically working in the caretaking field, for example, as a counselor. They could be less motivated by money and more by human relations, and generally well-being. But maybe at times they can be a bit unenthusiastic or indecisive. Well, the shark gets excited by success, by being the first or #1 producer. This could be a doctor, lawyer, a banker or investor, or engineers. While being adventurous, strong-willed, and resourceful, they might come across as bossy or impatient. A dolphin loves to have fun and to be the center of attention. They could be your event planner, a performer, or a presenter. They are captivating personalities, playful, sociable, and funny, but they might be undisciplined, forgetful, and like to show off. An octopus is detail-orientated and relies on facts and figures. They might be accountants, financial consultants, or technicians. They are analytical, respectful, sensitive, and they are planners. On the other hand, they might be less sociable or sometimes come across as unforgiving. Now, knowing who you're talking to should already have an influence on the way you present yourself or your business idea. If you're looking to relate to a dolphin personality, highlight the exciting and fun elements of your idea and try to not get lost in details. Keep it simple and maybe refer to their work as well and what they have achieved. When addressing an octopus personality, don't get too emotional. Give some background information and stick to the facts. A shark, though, would want you to get to the point quickly, focusing on results and outcomes. A whale, however, might be much more interested in how you bring people together to work for a greater good. Then, during the follow-up, remind the dolphin of an upcoming event or send a short summary of what you've agreed on. A shark might only write and respond to one-line emails about urgent issues, while a whale appreciates a few more personal lines and a regular exchange. You might also want to share an interesting article or a useful tool with an octopus personality. To sum it up, other people's motivators and the strengths and weaknesses of their personality should be something you actively investigate and use as a starting point to identify how you communicate with them and what it is you're offering in return in order to develop your relationship. Moving on. The second basic ingredient for any networking activity is to set yourself clearly defined goals. The more certain you are about what kind of relationship you want to build, information you want to inquire, or resources you want to access, the easier it will be for others to understand your motivators and to figure out their way of supporting you. Keep in mind that different goals will require more or less time to be reached. Say, for example, finding €50,000 in funding or composing your startup team might take longer than finding someone that can help you write your business plan, or talking to an expert providing interesting insights into a topic you care about, or setting up a LinkedIn profile. So here's what you can do. Step 1. Make a list of goals you want to achieve. Step 2. Put stars next to the most important goal on your list and 1 star for the less important ones. Do so until all of your goals have at least 1 star next to them. Then, take some time away from your computer before coming back and making changes to the list if necessary. Step 3. Once you've done that, look at your list again and think about how much time each goal will require over the next 3 to 6 months, or however long. Step 4. Put another star next to each goal that will require more than 5 hours of work per week. This will provide you with a list of priority goals that you should mostly and continuously focus on in the future. Let's move on to networking methods. Long before the COVID-19 pandemic, online networks and social media had been on the rise and significantly changed the way we network today. Yet it is only after a series of lockdowns, travel restrictions, and isolation measures that the value and immediateness of in-person contact has been brought back to our attention. This is why powerful online marketing messaging and virtual networking best go hand in hand with in-person meetings. We will take a closer look at the advantages and disadvantages of online and offline methods in Lesson 3. But here is a first overview of the most common ways in which we connect with others formally in terms of business. Associations or incubators might organize online get-togethers and info sessions. You might participate in specific online communities or be active on social media using different channels according to your target audience. Classical offline settings would be dedicated networking events organized by a charity, a public institution, or an umbrella organization. Then there are, of course, individual business meetings, but also association memberships that give you access to a larger group of similar enterprises or industry-specific seminars and symposiums. Depending on the stage of your idea, your immediate environment and already existing connections should be accessed. Consider your classmates, family and friends, co-workers or professionals as possible influential people in your networks. Additionally, reach out to educators, hiring managers or industry experts, essentially anyone who you think could be supportive, could offer valuable insights or act as a multiplier. I called it formally connecting with others because more often than not, networking opportunities that potentially have a business impact happen in non-formal settings, everyday situations, and under unexpected circumstances. So structuring your networking efforts might put you in a place to acknowledge this reality and to act upon it when opportunities arise. So let's now focus on how to develop a networking plan. Once you have a better idea of what your goals are, where you're planning to get in contact with the people you're interested in, and what it is you can offer to them, it is time to plan your activities. As a first step, think about who are your most resourceful contacts at the moment, and make a wish list of people or organizations you'd like to get in contact with. Then, creating an actionable plan focuses on scheduling your activities in a realistic way. To track these activities, you could use a simple spreadsheet with a list of events, names, contact details, contact status, and follow-ups. Or you could use contact management or CM software to keep information about your prospects and current customers organized in a searchable format. This might help make smoother transitions between offline and online contacts as well. Or you might try a work breakdown structure, or WBS, which is often applied in project management to literally break down larger work packages into actionable tasks. In organizations or teams, the WBS can be used to coordinate networking activities across different business units, different goals you defined previously, for example, fundraising, recruiting, and customer acquisition, or they could be divided based on team members, so that expanding your network will be a common task and the workload will be shared. Later on, you might even consider using a customer relationship management or CRM tool, which is similar to contact management but provides advanced tools to integrate sales, marketing, and reporting tasks. A practical example would be a third-party integrations with social media or emailing marketing platforms. Whatever approach you take, make sure to set yourself monthly targets for these activities and to track their progress. Once your plan is ready, the hardest and also the most important part is to get started. It may sound simple, but as we've mentioned before, networking is a gradual process and it will grow with every small encounter and correspondence. So at this stage, go out and join organizations, identify and attend conferences, or reach out to the people on your networking list. Along the way, you might also notice that there are certain digital or interpersonal skills you might want to refine. Look out for specialized workshops to keep yourself up to date. Finally, make sure to always follow up. We'll take a closer look at this in Lesson 5. Here's a tip to make your follow-ups easier. Keep a journal for networking events or a section of your diary. When following a networking event or meeting, spend a few minutes writing the names of the people you have met, what personality types they come across as, and one key point from their discussion that could be used in the follow-up. People like to know they have been listened to, and sometimes keeping up with everyone can be difficult. So take some notes and you will be well prepared for a follow-up with everyone you meet. We've touched upon many different topics in this lesson. So let's try to wrap it up in a short exercise of no more than 20 minutes. Take a piece of paper or open a text document and brainstorm on the following 5 questions. This will be the first step to develop and structure your networking activities. If you're following this lesson as part of a group, discuss your results with your peers to highlight different goals or techniques. Pause the video now to read the notes on the screen. Finally, to conclude this lesson, let's revise what we have discussed. You need to know why you engage in networking. Following a strategy will automatically bring you closer to the types of personalities that help you thrive. Make sure to mix online and offline activities for greater outreach and depth in your relationships. And you'll see that developing and following a plan will help you track progress and identify room for improvement. Looking forward to seeing you again in the next lesson.